Welcome back, everybody. Bears Focus podcast in full effect, man. Collin, Sterling in the building. Sterling, we coming off a nasty blowout loss by the Bears. Tell me how you feeling today, man.
I mean, one day at a time, cuz I wish I could tell you something more, just one day at a time.
You had a little time in between there. I did too. I took at least a day, a few hours, at least so whatever it was that next day, I put that video out. Gave a little bit of my thoughts. Tell me a little bit of your thoughts about the Bears game and just overall before we get into it.
I mean, it was an old-fashioned butt whooping. I mean, it's like when your parents told you not to do something, and then you went and did the very thing they told you not to do, and they caught you, and then they whooped your ass. I mean, that was kind of the Bears-Lions loss. You got to think about 52 points. I mean, the Bears might as well be a JV team at this point. I mean, that's not supposed to happen at the highest level of professional football. That's college numbers, right? You expect to see 70 points in college. You expect to see 52 points in college. This is the NFL. I don't know. At this point, I thought the defense was something we can hang our hats on. I don't know what we can hang our hats on here as Bears fans going into this next game and throughout the season, because all of it seems to be a little foggy.
It's messed up. It's messed up right now, and you touched on it. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. Why is the defense playing so bad? What's happening right now? We brought in Dennis Allen.
Yeah.
We know what his defenses were looking like with the Saints. They were some of the top-ranked defenses. They always gave people problems, always
100%.
made plays. What is happening right now, and why is it looking so bad?
Well, if you want to talk about the defense first, right? That's the question at hand. You got to look at the players on defense. All right. And I hate to be this guy and I hate to call it out, but Montez Sweat, are you alive?
Where is Monty? What is happening?
No, don't call that man Monty. You call him by his government. Montez Sweat.
Government official.
Are you here? Are you alive? Do you need help? We got hotlines. We have people we can send to you. Whatever you need, we need you to show up, essentially, right? You're a top 10 paid defensive end in the position, going 1 through 10, and your production is not matching a top 10 player. Just let me give you some stats if you like those. I have a couple for you. Over 2 games, right? This is a small sample size, so let's not overreact, Bears fans. But in 2 games, he has 3 pressures. All right. Out of 148 edge rushers, he ranks 67th in that position. All right. Here's another one, right? Over 2 games, he has 0 sacks. Ranked, 148 out of 148 for the position. All right. It's a lot of DNs with no sacks currently at this stage, but I'm just saying top 10 paid, 0 sacks. I'm just letting you know. But, if those numbers were not enough, what about QB hurries? Can you move the quarterback off the spot? Can you?
Yeah.
At
least he's at least making a move, right?
2 hurries. He ranks 59th out of 148 edge rushers. I mean, at this point, Montez Sweat, we need to be looking at a trade for you. We traded for you, and I think we got overhyped. You led 2 teams in sacks, right? But since that overhyped moment, now we're kind of level set here. We need production, right? Again, on the field, you're a big target. You're a big human being, but I think there's another guy on the Bears roster who could be just as effective if Montez Sweat does not pan out.
Who might that be?
Well, there's 2 of them. You got Odingbo, right? That might be the obvious one.
I don't know. We might be getting a little bit ahead of ourselves with the Odingbo praise as well.
I mean, Odingbo is moving.
He had 1 good game. The first game did good. Got a sack, right?
He's moving at QB. He's getting
Second
through.
game.
He's getting through. He's creating havoc. I see more havoc from Odingbo than I do Montez Sweat, and that's a problem for me.
Fair enough. Top 10 highest paid in the league. Got to make it happen.
There's another guy on the Chicago Bears who we need to watch out. Bears Focus Podcast, Bears Nation. This guy is on the defensive side of the ball, number 69. He's a DE. He's 6'7", 289. He came from Villanova. His name is Donato Caspanana. If I pronounced his name wrong, forgive me. But he
You
has
100% did.
he
I will
has
too, so I'm not gonna
hey,
try.
hey, let's move past it.
I know
Let's
you
move
talking
past it.
about.
Let's move past it. He has the long sack for the Bears, and he's a big target out there, and he's creating havoc as well too. Montez Sweat, you need to watch out because you may become expendable if you're not producing.
Not the lone side. Javon Dexter put in some work too. We give credit where credit is due.
I just want to.
But you're right. You touched on it. People were saying, "Oh, he led two teams in sacks." Bro, you only had 6 sacks. Those defenses were terrible on each side.
Yes.
Like, so it ain't like he went and he had 12 with the Commanders and then came over to the Bears and dropped another 12 or something like that. Like, no, bro, it wasn't that crazy. So people need to cool off. We paid too much. We completely overpaid, but Ryan
Let's whoa
Post
whoa whoa
had
whoa whoa
to
whoa 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 whoa
listen.
whoa
Let me
whoa
finish.
whoa.
Overpaid, but because of what was traded for him, we had to keep him. We had to pay him. And this is starting to become a little bit of a thing. I'm gonna touch back to this later. We're gonna move on now to a little bit of the pieces that's missing on this defensive side. Jalen Johnson, he's out indefinitely. So Ben Johnson talked about it a little bit today. Really don't know how long. So it's seeming like he's gonna miss the season.
You know
It's
what?
seeming like he's out.
When something like that happens, what that lets us know is constituents who are just looking in, what that lets us know is that what this lets us know is that as constituents looking in, he is not listening to the Bears medical staff anymore. He's going to do his own thing. He's going to come back when he feels that he is ready. He may be thinking to himself, hey, I came back and tried to give this team a morale boost, and maybe I wasn't quite ready to come back, and he kind of rushed it. And then in him rushing it, he kind of put himself out indefinitely. Now it's kind of going to be on him and his medicals team and what he think is best for him in terms of when he feels the best to come back and be elite at the position.
So did he push himself back or did the Bears push him back
It's
because of
a
how bad the defense looked that first game? Jalen,
it's a
we need you
combination.
out there.
It's a combination of a lot of things. Morale boost, first year head coach, you want to show up for him. You physically think you're just that much of a human being that you could come back from something like that and be effective, still elite, right? You train, you put in the work, and then it all kind of comes together. And maybe you feel like you're good enough, but in actuality, you just need more time to cultivate because you got to think cornerback is one of the hardest positions to play in the NFL. It's a lot of quick twitch movement, a lot of running, and a lot of change of direction. So you got to be prepared to play that position.
Yeah, you right. I mean, we need help, man. CJ Edwards still hurt.
Yeah.
Kyler Gordon, he's still hurt. Is
Hey,
he the engine that makes the car go?
100%. He's the C4 on the Bears defense. If you really look at the Bears over these first two games, Dennis Allen has not called any exotic packages that we saw even in preseason. There has been limited blitzing. Nobody is really coming on blitzes. It's been simulated pressure. They're dropping out, trying to confuse QBs rather than bringing overloading pressure on QBs. And I'm not saying that it hasn't happened. What I'm saying is that it has not nearly been happening as much as Dennis Allen is accustomed to in his type of defensive style that he runs. So that lets us know either we don't have the personnel or the players that are injured. Kyler Gordon is really what makes this team go because those corner blitzes have been timely every single time we saw him run it in preseason. We have yet to see that in regular season form.
100%, man. The defense is missing him. I agree with you. He makes this defense go a little bit. Like he actually might be the heart and soul of our defense, man. And him not being there, covering in that slot, guys moving all over the field. Tariq Stevenson got destroyed. He's getting picked on these first two games. And it's nothing it seems seemingly that he can do, right? Maybe we put a little bit of that on the defensive line and not getting no push, sweating the boys, not getting no pressures. So he out there on islands too long and maybe he's getting worn out. But bro, you got to be a cover corner. You want to get paid,
Yeah.
or you want to get bounced around the league.
This is what Tyreek
Get out there and play
Stevenson.
ball.
What Tyreek Stevenson's what third or
Second, third year.
third year going into his third year out of Miami, right?
Yep. So, dog, you up for extension. You gotta get that. If it's still about that Hail Mary play,
But don't say
get
that.
it, get it out of
Come
there,
on.
man. Forget about it. It's done.
Are you saying he's not mentally tough at this point?
I
That's
would
so
hope
last
not.
year. That's so last year.
It's kind of seeming like, man, when you just keep getting picked on and keep getting picked on and getting beat. I mean, Ross St. Brown was destroying him
That's a strong
in
word.
that game,
That's a
dog.
strong word.
He was destroying them. But moving on now, man, like we know we missing a bunch of people, but specifically at this cornerback spot, who is it that they could bring in as a free agent or even a trade? Let me list you a few of the free agents that are available.
Talk to me.
We got James Bradbury,
Mm.
Kendall Fuller, Stephon Gilmore, Michael Davis, Emmanuel Mosley, Asante Samuel Jr. is out there, but I know he's coming off an injury. Cameron Sutton, and we got a few more that not really are worth mentioning. So, out of that list, is there anybody that they could bring in? Just looking at it, I don't know, right? Maybe Mosley, right? He's the youngest of the bunch for the most part. I mean, Samuel Jr. is the youngest, but coming off that injury.
Yeah.
Will he be healthy? How long until he's ready to go?
But he might have the most quick twitch out of all of those cornerbacks that you mentioned. I
You're right.
mean, do you take a risk on a guy like Asante Samuel Jr., 26 years old? His NFL career hasn't quite panned out, but he has the genetics. He could, strike at any moment, with coaching, right? You can't shy away from coaching. Or do you go get the veteran guy, Stephon Gilmore, who's been in the league some time, 34 years of age and ticking upwards? You can implement him immediately, and maybe he can be a safety valve, and maybe he can do some on the field coaching with Tyreek Stevenson as we continue to battle these injuries. You got two different spectrums you can go to. Bears Focus Podcast, Bears Nation. We need to make a decision, and we need to make it quick.
At the very least, they got to bring some guys in for a workout, right? They got to. We need help, and we need it bad. So moving on to this offensive side, they haven't been playing the best, but I gotta give a little credit where credit is due. They have not been terrible, right? Now that's not saying much, right? And that's not saying a lot. But why haven't they been as consistent as we thought they would have been with Ben Johnson coming in, with the weapons that he has, with the quarterback that he has, the improvements to the offensive line? Why isn't it flowing and ticking yet?
Well, you could contribute it to a lot of things, but the main thing you gotta do is you can't have self-inflicting penalties, right? If this was tennis, we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot every single time, right? But this is a team sport, and this is a combination of a lot of things. So we can just eliminate the penalties, right? Week 1, we had 11 penalties for 122 yards. Week 2, we cut that down. I think we got down to 5 or 4 penalties, but they were still timely and costly, right? We're still attributed to a 52-point butt whooping, but essentially we cannot shoot ourselves in the foot if we are looking to drive an offense and give our defense a chance to stay out of harm's way. We have to eliminate penalties. That should be immediately where we start.
100%, man. Bears Focus Podcast. We need them Bears to focus out, though, right? They got to get it together, all right?
Is it too much? Is Ben Johnson just that much of a mastermind that he is mentally and physically maybe overloading these players and they may not be used to it? What do you think about that?
Hey, y'all better start doing y'all homework, man. It's time to put some work in. Get the note cards out, get your pad out, do what you got to do to learn the sets, learn the verbiage, learn the timing. Get out there on that practice field some more. When practice over, hey, Caleb, you supposed to be getting a line of, I need 50 more reps out of y'all. We got to get this stuff right.
Football is mentally taxing, right? To remember those coverages, hot reads, checks, switch offs. It's a lot going on, and then the physicality of the game too. I mean, that's why you can't fault these NFL players for saying, "Hey, it's the hardest sport to play currently today." I mean, you can't fault them when you think
Can't
about it from
fault
that
him.
perspective.
No, for sure. Can't fault him. It's tough, right? You going against another person that's trying to win just as bad, if not more than you want to win.
Yeah, he's trying to take food off your plate.
So you got to go out there and you got to give it your all every single game. Now, they haven't really been putting up points either. 24 points first game, 21 points second game. Are they not using the tools? Colston Loveland has 2 receptions in the first 2 games.
Come on, talk about it.
Luther Burden
Michigan man too.
has
A Michigan
really
man.
not has really not been seen either. Chill, chill. DeAndre Swift, he moving, grooving a little bit when
Yeah,
he can get some room,
yeah,
right?
bouncing around back there. Pause.
Rome, he's got a couple touchdown passes because the catches.
Yeah,
He 100-yard game.
100%.
He's our feature guy. It seems DJ Moore has not been there. We got this plethora of weapons. Cole Kmet barely used. This
Yeah.
plethora of weapons. What is happening? Is Ben Johnson overwhelmed with the weapons that he has?
I mean, you said a lot, but I'll start at Loveland. I mean, Kitty touched the ball. I mean, we did draft this young man high in the NFL draft, top 10 pick in the NFL draft, and we drafted him ahead of somebody who think should have went before him, Tyler Warren, right? If you
He's
look
been
at
going crazy.
the Indianapolis Colts and Tyler Warren over the first 2 games, he's averaging about 76 yards per game with an average target catch of 5 receptions per game. Impact plays. He is
He's getting
out there
used.
balling. It makes you wonder, is Ben Johnson just not ready to unleash the full offense as of yet because the team isn't mentally prepared or stable enough to handle that? Or does he not have the right personnel? That's the second time throughout this forum that we asked that question. It seems to be a question that needs an answer sooner than later.
We 100% need answers, and Loveland's not being used. We drafted him in the first round. What pick was it again? It was just outside the top 10. 11.
Maybe.
We drafted Colston Loveland. Why did we do that?
Don't
I
know.
gotta go. I gotta talk about Ryan Poles now because this is starting to seem like it's becoming a bit of an issue. Colston Loveland
And Colston
barely getting
Loveland
any
was top
action.
10. He was 10.
He was
Warren was
10.
was 14.
Luther Burden barely getting any action. Second round pick. Trapilo, our tackle that we drafted in the second round. Shamar Turner. We had 3 second-round picks. What's happening? Why have we not seen any of them?
Are you trying
We
to
need help on our D line. Turner, put that young kid out there. Let's see if we can get some juice and push these vets to make some plays. I think that it's time we start looking at Ryan Poles.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say
And
it.
we,
Why you switch
hey,
up? Why you switch sides like
hey,
that so quick? Why you switch up like that so quick?
all things Bears focus, baby. I got to keep it funky, okay? And it don't seem like his picks and his draft strategy has been working for some time now.
Wow. Are you going back to 2023 onward?
Who's the hit? Tell me his hits.
First off, he has a lot of tools in the toolbox, so we're not going to get into that right now, right?
It's not. I
He
didn't say
has he
tools.
has he has some hits
It
that
looked
are
like it's tools from this last draft, but they
no.
ain't getting used.
I
We
mean,
ain't seeing nothing from them.
yeah, I mean, we're 2 games
So
into the season. Let's not overreact here. Right? Ryan Poles should be under a microscope, but he's nowhere near the hot seat. He's nowhere near
no,
on
he's
a
on the clock.
timer. He's not on the clock. He just resigned. He's not
He's
on
on the
the
clock.
clock. He is not on the clock. Let's see a Ryan Poles special come up here. Let's see a Ryan Poles special come up here mid-season as we continue to go closer to the deadline. Let's see if Ryan Poles pulls off a special. He's known for it. Bears Focus podcast.
I
He
don't know
might be
about that.
working on it.
Let's see.
Don't lose
I
faith.
mean, I'll say this. I see one thing that he can do realistically, and I think everybody knows it and everybody might want it, right? We go and we try and make a trade for Trey Hendrickson. Save him from Cincinnati.
Nah, we off that. We off that. We
Off
off
that,
that.
huh?
We off that.
But I thought you just said we got to trade Sweat. I think a swap right there will work out. I'll
I
take
don't.
that trade.
I don't know.
Let us know down in them comments, Bears fans, man. Y'all taking that trade? Trey Hendrickson for Swift. I'm taking it. It's over. 100% for me. But as we continue here, man, we know we got a game coming up.
Yes,
Bears versus Cowboys.
man.
Now, they don't really play each other too often,
They don't.
right? Last time they played each other was 22. So every few years they'll see each other and they'll have a game.
Yeah.
But this game, it got a little bit of juice to it. Eberflus, Cowboys defensive coordinator.
I forgot
He's
Everfoods.
coming back into town.
Dang, who was?
All right,
Can
he
you
got
give me
let
some?
go.
From where?
Come on, dog. The very own Chicago Bears, man. Why you gotta play it like
I'm
that,
so
dog? You
for.
come. What? Did you just forget about him?
I'm so for.
Don't tell me.
I'm so forward thinking. You got to forgive me sometimes. I'm so
Hey,
forward thinking.
show some respect,
My
dog,
fault.
man. He had a cool haircut. Okay, show some respect. And then Ben Johnson is looking for his first win. I think the script writes itself.
All right, give me a
This
score
is
then.
this is we ain't gonna get to the scores yet, but I got a good one. This is gonna be a very interesting game. Maybe you can see it behind me. So don't worry about that yet. Don't pay attention to that. But Cowboys, they've been pretty close in their games, right? They coming off a pretty exciting game against the Giants. They got that victory in there. It was kind of crazy. I don't think they should have won that, but it was close, man. Some mistakes made late. They pulled it out. They did what they needed to. They got the best kicker in the league. And then they were close with the Eagles, Super Bowl champs. They only lost by 3 points. And then we got the Bears, who just coming off a blowout and then a close loss, a comeback victory for the Minnesota Vikings. They're kind of identical right now. Defenses
Whoa,
are not great.
chill,
You
cuz.
gotta listen, dog. Defenses are not great. They're giving up a lot of points. I want to focus on where this game I think will be won, and that's in the trenches. So tell me who you see winning that battle. Bears offense, Cowboys defense, Cowboys offense, Bears defense.
You ask a tricky question there. You really do.
I don't think so.
You really do. Dak, skinny Dak, he's torching the league. All right, let's just. I mean, again, Dak is reasserting himself to be in that conversation for like top 10 QB back in the NFL, right?
I said top 7, but what do I
He's
know?
Dak is cooking, right? Dak didn't necessarily have a good game last game against the New York Giants, right?
He had a
But
decent game.
and you're right, he did have a decent game, but what made the game decent was he was timely in the clutch. I mean, if according to what they like to do in Dak's usual numbers, he was nowhere near that. But he was timely making plays that put them in a position to win the game over and over and over again. And Pickens was utilized that game too. CD Lamb got going that game. That's a high flying offense. Right now, with our defense being hampered, this is not the time for us to face an offensive monster like that. It's not the time for that. We need cornerback help. We can't stop the run or create pressure. This week, Dennis Allen, he's going to call pressure. Bears Focus Podcast, Bears Nation, Dennis Allen will bring the blitz this week.
He said he got to get to it. And you know what? I kind of agree with that. I think he's going to send a few blitzes. That Cowboys offensive line has showed some cracks, all right? Now, I will say the Giants defensive line is light years ahead of the Bears, right? They got some dogs on that line. But at the same time, I think that we got some. Dennis Allen can use the tools that he does have to start getting there. So whoever wins the trenches, I think wins this game. So
I think it comes down to the offense. Whoever possesses the ball last will win the game.
hey, we shall see. But let's go ahead and throw them score predictions out. Tell me who you got winning this game.
Again, it comes down to whoever possesses the ball last. I don't want to be a Bear fanatic or overhyped Bears fan, but hey, bear down, Bears Nation and Bears Focus Podcast. Ben Johnson gets his first win. Bears win this game through their physicality and Caleb Williams having a good offensive day. Give me the Bears over the Cowboys. Bears break the 30-point mark for the first time this season. Give me the Bears 31. Give me the Dallas Cowboys 24.
I like that. I think it'll be a close game. I think that Ben Johnson finally starts to utilize some of his weapons, tries to unlock the offense. I think it'll be a pretty high scoring game too. Chicago Bears 35, Cowboys 33. That's it, baby. All right. All right, man. Now that we got these Bears predictions in, we know where we going with the Bears game. Let's get into this plus talk. All right. So, talk to me about a standout game for you from this past week. Eagles, they made a statement against the Chiefs. And I did predict the Chiefs would miss the playoffs this season, and they are trying to prove me right. So, what game stood out to you?
What game did Danny Dimes play in for the Indianapolis Colts? What game was that?
Was that against the Broncos?
Danny Dimes has been tearing up the league over the first 2 weeks. Nobody thought the Indianapolis Colts would be 2-0. I sure didn't. You look at what Daniel Jones has done. He was shown the door in New York, right? They wanted Russell Wilson. They went and got Jackson Dart.
Gave him the
They
big boot.
Big Boot went and got Jameis Winston, 3 quarterbacks to replace one. Daniel Jones looked like Jake Dellenholm reincarnated from the Carolina Panthers. He is carving up defenses. He's making plays on the run. The ball has been accurate. And most importantly, he has been a field general within the offense under Shane Steichen. So everything looks good. That would be the game that stands out for me.
To be honest, I really hate that you went there because I'm going there too, but for a different reason. It stood out to me because I really thought that this Broncos team, this defense would be the best by and far in the league. Like they wouldn't be able to get scored on anything. And Daniel Jones comes in and just was like, this is nothing. You guys are nothing. I'm going there too. That was my game from this week that stood out, and we already going there. So the Colts, they're 2-0. Can they really keep this going? Will Daniel Jones lead them to the Super Bowl?
All right, Super Bowl is a stretch, but right now they do look like a playoff contending team. I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, they have weapons. They're using them again. Daniel Jones is the engine that is making everything go. And then on the defensive side of the ball, they've been relatively solid, right? They haven't. I'm not going to say they're at the top of the league or do anything special that stands out, but you can see that on both sides of the ball, there's a connectivity. Bears Focus podcast. If we can get some of that, Bears going into our Cowboys game, that is just permeating throughout the team. So that could lead to a string of wins. But the Super Bowl is a stretch. It's a lot of good teams in the NFL.
Yeah, I had to take a look at their schedule and see what their schedule like, but they're in the AFC South, easily winnable division. So playoffs for sure. Depending on what their record is going to be, we'll say whether or not they actually go far, see if they get a bye week. But I think that they definitely can do some things this season. So Thursday, we got Bills, Dolphins. Let's get a prediction in before that game. Let's see how this goes. I honestly think that it's going to be a little bit closer than people think. I think a lot of people think that the Bills will blow them out.
Yeah, Bills have been good over
And
the
I
past
mean,
2
the
weeks.
Bills have been balling, but I think that the Dolphins will find a little something here. They'll
Where's
be
that
able
little
to
something
get
coming from?
they'll be able to get Tyreek Hill going downfield finally, right? Get Jalen Waddle over the middle, let him get shifty out there and make a couple plays. I think they're going to give the Bills a little competition. I still see the Bills winning, and my prediction for this game is going to be 32-27 Bills.
That's a high scoring game.
Bills defense been giving up points.
Let's go a little higher. Let's go 38-41. And I'm
Okay.
going Bills win by a field goal.
All right. All right. Let us know in them comments. Bears Focus Podcast, Bears Focus Plus, what y'all score predictions are for this Bills Dolphins game. We'll come back and check those scores, see who was right there. But last but not least here, we got a crazy epidemic that has been going on now in multiple leagues. Dildo Gate has struck again, this time in the NFL.
You said what,
What
cuz?
is happening? Why are dildos hitting sports games like it's nobody's business? What is
What
happening?
do you mean? Could you give some more context
Listen,
for the
man,
listeners?
that I saw it, a clip of it online. I can't remember the game, but a dildo being thrown behind somebody, and they thought it was a flag, and they went to start to pick it up, and they was, oh no, I'm not picking that up. It is getting out of hand. Now they're doing the yellow dildos in NFL games for that reason, I know, to trick people and thinking it's a flag. This is really getting crazy. It was kind of funny, and I see the double standard as I'm walking into it. It was kind of funny with the WNBA, but their games also are kind of boring. So you need that entertainment.
Oh, whoa, whoa!
Let's not do
Don't be
this
that
with
guy. Don't
football,
be
though.
that guy. Don't be that
I'm
guy.
just being real. Got to keep it funky.
All right,
Bears
keep it
Focus
funky.
Plus. But let's not do it too much in the NFL. We need to have these games go right. All right. We got too
Um,
much going on these games. Too many of us have parlays that we're waiting on. We don't want our quarterback getting distracted by a dildo and missing a touchdown pass. Okay.
I don't think the narrative you want coming out of an NFL game is player struck by dildo ends up in concussion protocol. I don't
Yeah.
think nobody wants that. So let's chill with the dildos at the games.
Yeah. For sure. Man. All right. Let's definitely chill with the dildos. You heard it here first. You got everything for this week, man. Leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And be sure to tune in Sunday, 3:15. We will be live for the Bears versus Cowboys. And we may even have a special guest join us. So make sure you stay tuned for that. All right. So that's it for me. Sterl, you got anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Most importantly, go Bears, go. And as always, Bears Focus Podcast, bear down.
Bear down, baby. Until next time.